The profound nothingness that consumed the old world's core was a stark, silent monument to my final gambit. The chi nova had subsided, leaving a vacuum of existence in its wake. All was quiet. There was no physical sound, no hum of the temporal engine, no roar of the discordant ones. There was only a profound and terrifying stillness, a silence that had not existed in the universe since the first moment of harmony was born. But in that silence, a new conflict raged, a war of wills so immense that it transcended all notions of time and space. My consciousness, now a dissipating echo, a ghost of my former self, was a silent witness to a cosmic struggle of divine proportions. The two Ardens, the original and the perfect temporal mirror I had created, were locked in a profound, silent conflict. They were beings of perfect harmony, a logical and unyielding truth, and now they were fighting for absolute dominance. Their battle was not one of explosions or violence, but of pure, philosophical will. I watched as the chi weave, the very fabric of the planar world, began to warp and strain under the pressure of their duel. The serene, consistent energy that had defined this universe for eons was now divided, with a massive, shimmering seam of discord running directly through it, a perfect, elegant wound that would never heal. This was my legacy. I had not destroyed harmony. I had simply made it imperfect. I had created a new truth. My physical form was gone, dissolved into pure energy. My temporal sanctuary had been unmade in the process, a sacrifice for the final act of creation. All that remained of me was a single, brittle point of will, a fragment of my consciousness that existed outside the new war. Outside of the new war. I was a dissonant whisper, a ghost of my former self, a single, unyielding belief that existed in the profound nothingness between two competing Ardens. I was the first and only being to exist outside of the new conflict, a witness to a war of gods that I had created. I could not act physically, I could not fight, but I could observe, and more importantly, I could influence. I felt the immense, terrifying power of the two Ardens, the clash of two perfect, opposing wills. The original Arden, the creator, fought for the preservation of the universe he had created, the tapestry of harmony he had woven. The temporal Arden, the perfect copy, fought for a new truth, a new order that was slightly, imperceptibly different from the original. The conflict was a beautiful, terrifying dance, a constant push and pull that threatened to tear the universe apart. Planets and realities were now being rewoven, shifted, and unmade in the wake of their battle. A silent, cosmic storm of creation and unmaking. I watched as the syndicate and Alyssum, once the ultimate hunters, now became the ultimate spectators. Their purpose was gone. Their perfect harmony had been proven to be imperfect. I felt Alyssum's chi signature, a cool, detached presence filled with a profound sense of shock and intellectual fascination. The laws of her universe had been broken, her reality had been shattered, and her creator had been made mortal. Their pursuit of me, once their primary purpose, was now a meaningless footnote in a war that was beyond their comprehension. She too was now a dissonant whisper, in the new universe, a single, unique will that had lost its purpose. My new purpose was clear. I was no longer a fugitive. I was a chronicler. I would not fight for a physical reality, but for a philosophical one. I would be a silent observer, a dissonant whisper. I would remind the two warring Ardens of the initial purpose of the conflict, the right of the individual. I would subtly sow seeds of chaos and dissent within their two competing harmonious systems. My victory had not been in winning the war, but in ensuring that the war would never end. I'd ensure that the universe would never again be a single, perfect node. The episode ended with me, the dissonant whisperer, embracing my new, non-physical role. I was alone in the void, a ghost in a war of gods. My sanctuary was gone, my physical form was gone, but my will survived, not as a physical being, but as a truth. My defiance was no longer a beautiful, lonely whisper. It was a cry that had been heard across the cosmos, and the echoes of the crown would now be a battle between two crowns. This was not the end. It was the beginning of a war that would last for an eternity, and the universe would never be the same.